We're here.
Hello and welcome to another edition of 5-Star Broadcast. I'm Andy Peck.
And I'm Angelo Parenti.
And tonight I'm going to start off by reminding you that we have a Create a Wrestler contest. You could find out more information on our Facebook page at facebook.com/5starbroadcast. A quick overview, we're just asking that you make Created Wrestler on any video game, wrestling video game on any platform, and submit a screenshot. There's more to the rules, but check it out on our Facebook page.
Next, we're going to get into TLC that just happened this past Sunday. And we'll start it right off with the first match, which was the 3-on-1 handicap match between Punk and The Shield.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. Punk going into it said that he was going to get his ass handed to him, and that kind of made me believe that he was going to win. And, he ended up coming out with the win there.
I really enjoyed the way they ended it. I jumped out of my seat when I saw Dean Ambrose get speared by Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But it's just, I feel like it's not even like a tease anymore, because like there's all these, you see them kind of like, not turning, but just things going wrong, but it's like they're best buds the next day. Like, it doesn't really affect them.
Yeah, I think it's kind of, I don't think everybody thought that they were going to do it right away, and I think they're going to take it out longer. I think right now they're just kind of planting some seeds for the future. It would almost be like brothers fighting, or best friends, they get into a verbal argument or something, and then the next day they're fine. So I don't think we're going to see anything major happening from them right yet.
And I think when the major thing does happen, I feel like there's a chance that's going to be it. Like, there's going to be all these little things that they're going to mean something, but it's the actual breakup isn't going to happen until, the big, who knows, maybe something happens at Royal Rumble where someone gets thrown over by the other guy. But
yeah. And also, I just want to note real quick, Roman Reigns' eye from when he hit the chair. Yeah. I don't know if what happened there, but it looked like when he went over the ring announcer's table, he messed up his eye.
Yeah.
So.
I think you saw it still on him on Raw.
Yeah, they probably doctored it up a little bit, but yeah, definitely had some swelling there.
We're just gonna brief through some of the matches. We'll talk a little more about the bigger ones, but I mean, next we have the Divas Championship match between AJ Lee and Natalya, and we both were wrong on this one.
We were. Going into it, I totally thought AJ was losing. And then even more so after that story broke out, that with that backstage altercation and everything, totally thought she was losing, but they fooled me.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad too, because I'm glad that she's still holding the belt and still in the picture with the Divas and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, but we forgot the kickoff match.
Oh, shit, we did forget the kickoff match. Sorry, Dolph.
And we both lost.
Yeah, that's why we forgot it. Yeah, the kickoff match, that was Fandango and Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph ended up losing. We both had Dolph pick. We figured this was going to be a big match for him, and he was going to, get the win, and then it would give him some momentum, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, it was... And when we were predicting, we were like, if Dolph loses, man, he really did something wrong.
Yeah, because he's like the king of kickoff shows now. I mean, and he lost.
And it really sucked too, because I think while he was going, like, when he's coming out, they said that he said, like, this is his... Yeah. And
that was just foreshadowing that he was going to lose.
Next match was for the Intercontinental Championship. Big E Langston against Damian Sandow, and Big E won.
Yeah, it wasn't as great of a match as I would have liked. I thought it was kind of slow, but decent match.
Next match we had the Fatal 4-Way Elimination Tag match between the Rhodes Brothers, Rybaxel. We had the Big Show and Rey Mysterio, and I think that's it. Or did I forget someone? Oh, the Real Americans.
Yeah. Who we picked to win, both of us, and they lost. Going into that match, I totally thought the Real Americans were going to win, but it just didn't happen. And, I mean, I'm kind of glad, because I like the Rhodes Brothers teaming together. I did see somebody online say that they feel the Rhodes brothers could go as a team until next WrestleMania. I don't know how I feel about that. It could work. I mean, they're super hot right now together as a team, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I guess you just gotta see how long they could, be super hot.
Yeah.
For another, that's over a year to keep this going. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, the Rhodes brothers won and retained the belts, and we lost.
And Big Show didn't get the big spin from Cesaro. I was shocked. I figured, he's one of the last guys that he didn't do it to. I figured they would have done it, but...
I mean, maybe they're being smart, like you
for
were
once,
and holding that off for the future.
Maybe they're watching our show and hurt me.
Maybe they'll feel bad and take us off this 6-month ban.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get into that later. Next match wasn't booked ahead of time, just a surprise like they do a lot, which was R-Truth against Brodus Clay.
Yeah, and Ange went with R-Truth. I went with Brodus Clay. I figured Brodus would get the win with his heel turn coming up, but it didn't happen. But we did see more friction between Brodus Clay and his partner Tensai, and
he is one pissed off main event player.
He is. I'm excited though to see what happens with Brodus Clay. Yeah,
it's interesting because normally Brodus Clay and Sweet Tea would just come out and I go make something to eat, or I have it DVR'd so I'd forward it. Now it's like something I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. They're kind of building up the undercard a little bit. And most of the time they were, like Ange said, throwaway matches that nobody cared about. And now they're bringing attention to it. I mean, like you said, you would skip a Brodus Clay match. I would skip a Brodus Clay match, and I'd skip an R-Truth match.
Yeah.
So they're making me watch two guys that I normally wouldn't watch. So there you go.
There we go. And next match. Did we say who we picked on that one? Yeah, you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Next match, another match that actually happened because of the panel on the kickoff show.
Yeah, the kickoff show.
But this match was also on the last pay-per-view and probably on every Raw before this.
Yeah.
It was Kofi Kingston and The Miz, and Kofi came out with the win.
Yeah, I picked that one. I picked Kofi was going to win. Ange went with The Miz. And we still don't know who's face and heel in this feud. We're about, like Ange said, maybe 3 months into this, and still nobody knows who's face or heel, and I think that's why nobody cares.
Yep. Nice match. 3-on-1 handicap match. The second of the 2 handicap matches with the Wyatt family against Daniel Bryan. What did you think?
I thought it was a good match. It kind of went how I predicted. Wyatts were just going to beat down on Daniel Bryan the whole match. He got a very little offense in. When he did, he hit like some of his main spots and did well. But this was really focused on getting the Wyatt family over as a main heel group, and I think they need to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I was a little confused at first because, Bray Wyatt was sitting out on his chair, which was kind of cool.
They made it like a big thing when he got tagged in.
Yeah, but Jerry Lawler had no idea. He was like, oh, I forgot. This is a 3-on-1 match. I was like, Jerry.
We're going to get into the announcers in a future show, if you're listening to the audio a little later on. I have a lot to say about that.
But yeah, the Wyatts won, and me and Annie Peck won too, I think.
We picked the Wyatts.
It was a good match. And finally we have our main event between Randy Orton and John Cena this is the title unification match, which, is a big deal. And what did you think?
I was shocked they actually went through with it.
Yeah.
Part of me is happy because they finally delivered on something. They said there was going to be one champion. There was no screwy finish. They got right to it. There was a clean winner. And I was shocked, honestly. Mm-hmm. You called it. I honestly saw some kind of screwy finish happening where nobody was going to win, or they both come down with the titles.
Yeah, and I'm not complaining. Like, it's finally we had a clean finish, a ending to a pay-per-view with a winner. Mm-hmm. But it's like Vince McMahon shows up, he says some stuff to Cena that you can't hear, says some stuff to Orton that you can't hear. They come out at the end of their pay-per-view, and
I thought they were turning on Orton.
I thought something was gonna happen, and like that's the only thing I could have said. I was a little bummed. Like it would have been like cool to see something happen.
Yeah, I think they're still building up for something more. This isn't finished yet. It seems like they're really getting on Randy, and almost in like kind of a, I don't know, sneaky type way where they're gonna turn on him at some point. That's how it's coming across to me.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H, just some of the ways he says things to him and some of the remarks that are made from Stephanie, it just seems like they're going to turn on him at some point.
Yeah, but a good match. It was cool with the whole handcuffs being under the mat, and then John Cena having to take the
that was a
off
cool
the
spot,
turnbuckle.
yeah. And even, like, I know people online were saying, like, the table spot, because it was botched and everything with the ladder giving out, which, you know, is no fault to Cena or Randy Orton. They said it kind of, hurt the match a little bit. I'm fine with that happening because if everything goes as it's supposed to be and as it's planned, it comes off as fake. You know what I mean? Like, if he hit that table perfect and it broke perfectly, I don't know. It's cool to see, but at the same time, I thought it was cool that he didn't hit it perfect. And
yeah, I mean, like,
he hit the edge.
There's certain times where botches are like, where it's like, yeah, they messed up. It looked really bad. That still looked like it hurt.
Yeah, and I was surprised that he didn't get hurt. Like, it looked like he hit his shoulder or his face, like, right off the table. But, I mean, overall, that was a cool ending, I thought.
Yeah, good match. The only other thing I thought, like, when they were climbing up the ladder, they were doing it so slow, they got to the top and they could have easily grabbed it, which happens with all ladder matches. Yeah. But then when Orton grabbed it, I didn't know you had to grab the whole
I didn't.
thing.
I thought you just grabbed the titles.
Yeah.
That's why when Cena was standing there, I was like, okay, he only has one hand, but his other hand is like on the belts. And then when he was dangling, he was still on the belts. But yeah, like you said,
and then
you gotta pull the whole clip off.
And I could kind of maybe see a point to why Randy Orton walked all the way back down the aisle to get the bigger ladder.
Yeah.
But,
they should have made that more clear in the beginning. If they would have did that on Raw, I wouldn't have second guessed that there was one winner. I would have said, "Oh, you got to grab that thing with both titles." Okay, there's gonna be
that would have been like the point that sold it, and Andy Peck probably wouldn't have made that pick.
But on to our picks. The final tally for TLC, and we're gonna keep track going on. We're gonna just roll these right up and see, how we do going one-on-one here. I ended up 3-5. Ange was the winner in this one. He ended up 4-4. So,
yep,
not too good for either of us. Though.
No,
I mean, really,
we seemed pretty certain.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a couple bold picks, but
yeah.
WWE being tricky on us.
They threw us for a spin there. Hopefully, we do better at the Royal Rumble. We're gonna be there, so. Hopefully
that's going to be fun to make Royal Rumble picks. I know I've heard about some bets with money going on.
Yeah.
But that's going to be pretty cool. But I hope we figure out a little more what's going on. I mean, there's still a couple weeks. I mean, it's not till the end of January.
Yeah.
But for this episode, I think we're out of here.
See ya.